Hello, guys. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for coming. I will talk less so I can focus on drawing. Otherwise, if I talk more, I won't be able to draw. So, hopefully, you will be patient and drop some likes. Whenever I draw, I start with eyes mainly because if eyes come out good, then the whole drawing will look good. If eyes are not good, then no matter what you do, it won't look good. So basically, we draw eyes. So as a marking also, so we can give rest of the picture. Simply we can draw from inside to outside. Whenever you draw, try to use your 20 to 25% of time in giving as much as reality to the eyes. Because if eyes are good, then everything will come along. If eyes are bad, and no matter what else you do, nothing will work out. So it's better to draw with eyes, and if things go wrong, draw something else. So here I'm trying to give a basic shape, and this is my first time speaking, so hopefully it won't sound that bad. While drawing eyes, you have to be very careful. If you do overshadow of any area, later you can't redraw, because while using pen you have to be certain about what you want and at where you want. So always use light hand, and it's fun once you start drawing and start placing things accordingly. It's fun. I draw with everything like charcoal, color I rarely use, but charcoal, pencil, everything. But with pen I like, because with a single pen you can give highlight, you can give contrast. It's easy, and it's less hectic to switch hands again and again. That's why I use pen mostly. I have less time. That's why. If you use charcoal or pencil, you have to use like various other tools with that. You have to use eraser, stamp pad, everything, blending, blender. With pen, it depends on your skill and luck whether it will come out nicely or it will suck. But with pen you have better control and better understanding of what you are doing. So it's hectic, but it's good. Only complicated thing to draw with pen is to draw hairs because it take a lot of time to create texture from hair. So that part I find very demanding. But rest for eyes, nose, for other structure of your face, it's quite easy. So far, one eye is already done. So we'll jump to next eye. Uh, Always be very careful while jumping for next eye because if you are drawing freehand, then you spacing and angle should be perfect because once you put pen on paper and spacing or angle is not good, you can't change it. So you have to draw it if you want to finish it, but it won't turn out to be nice if you haven't done properly. So be careful, always take your time, and always start with light hands. Always see both end where you have started and where you want to finish. Once you put both eyes at exact position, then you can place nose and mouth, then chin. In that way, you can easily place all your facial parts together one by one, and with each spacing, you will not be wrong if you do it one by one. So be careful, be light, and rest. Let the pen do the work. Here I am spacing the forehead also so that I will have rough idea where the hair will fall and where the rest of the face will go. The nose bridge is very important as it has to be aligned with both the eyes, and it is the basic part or basic thing to fall between both eyes. So it has to be aligned very nicely and very neatly. So be careful regarding those parts. Hopefully it is visible. Now the tough part. So we'll start with eye next eye. Always let your pen do the work. Don't force your pen. Let small angles decide where they have to go and how far they have to go. Here I'll be quiet so that I can place things properly. Once you get the hang of pen, uh, you will not allow any other thing for yourself. You will want your pen only to draw because it's that good. Even though if your drawing sucks, or even though if you are not good in making drawing properly, but you will like it once you start drawing with pen, because with this you tend to do very less mistakes. So in this way it get quite good. Things get quite good. Your learning starts at rapid rate. That's because of pen. When you're drawing eyelid, you have to see the angle of the eyelid, where it's looking. If it's looking straight, eyelid will be sorry, eyeballs. Eyeballs will be straight. If the eye is looking in different direction, then direction of the eyeball will be different. Otherwise, it won't. Your one eye will look in different direction, and other eye will looking in different direction. So you have to see that. Few things we can adjust it later, but uh, it's better to start slow and go one by one. Here this under eye will be bigger, because shadow will fall here. So we'll draw it carefully, and here this part will be shaded. If even you do wrong shading in one place, then also you doesn't need to worry. Uh, you can manage it later. Thing is, you shouldn't stop. If you stop, then you will start again, you will draw something again, and even in that you will feel, oh, something is off, something is not right, and you will stop again. So it's better, even if it's not good, you go to the end and do another one another time, not that time. In this way, you can learn. If you will put pressure on making shapes or making faces as soon as you start, you will quit it early. That's that's the trick. If you want to learn it, you should have patience and you should know when to stop for that day. Here the hair will fall, so I'll draw the hair also. Some will fall here, some will fall straight. We will be doing little shading as early as possible to see whether it's all coming all together or not. Giving basics shape from beginning is very important as it gives you an idea whether you should go forward with your drawing or not. So even if you not feel it's going good or it will be good or not, it's better to do slowly and look for things how to finish it. You can rate yourself at the end of the drawing, not in middle, not in between, not at time of drawing. The hair will fall all here. This will be the outer hair which we can dark. So the hair will be darker inside and lighter outside. Lighter outside because the light will fall on hair from outside. So you should make your hair darker inside and little lighter on outside and very light on complete outside. To make it look more visibly good, you should do careful shading at the edges of eyelids, not on all. You should do uh, first coating of shade on all, but once your first coating done, you should darker the areas of the edges. In that way, it will give you better texture, better look. It will look more 3D and never be worried about darkening the edges more. It won't look bad. It will give it a better look. So here, so far, eyes eyes has came properly according to me. Now we'll go to the tough part, which will be the nose. So the nose will fall between both eyes. So I'll do the free hand for this also, and I'll put it between the two. This will be the basic structure for the nose, and around it will build the nose. You have to be careful for nose also, because a slight off line or it will ruin everything so far. So the more deeper you go for your drawing, you have to be very careful, because it will be very easy to ruin everything. So it's better to go slow than to ruin everything. Once you get confident with your drawing, you can play with it. You can try new things, but till you get your confidence, you should just follow the basic. Here we have almost placed nose very carefully. Now we just have to do the correct shading so that it will pop out. It will look good. Till you master your drawing skills, you shouldn't focus on realism or hyperrealism. Those things come with tons and tons of experience. You should always focus on very basic shading skills, because even very basic shading skills can do great difference, can bring great difference. So jumping direct to hyperrealism or other kind of art, you should try for basic things. With basic, at least can be you can be confident. You can gain your confidence. You- Once you start drawing faces, and once you know how to draw eyes, nose, mouth, and other thing, you feel like you can't get the expression or those things, because you don't know how to get the expressions, and expressions come from very basic things, basic areas which we don't shade, those things which we can't see from our own eyes. So once you start drawing faces, you need to learn to draw expressions, which I also cannot do, because I give very less time on drawing after my work. But I'm trying. So sooner or later, I will learn how to draw with perfect expression. Here we have placed our nose so far correctly. Hello, Benjamin Kramer. How are you? Thanks for commenting. Thanks for coming. Even if two or three people are there, also, then also I feel I'm very blessed. So thanks for coming. Thanks for commenting. I'm giving extra amount of time for nose because if because once we'll shade everything or everything will have its place, we'll rush to finish it. We won't focus on giving it time. That's why when you draw one part, you should give proper time to it so that later if you miss la- later even though if you miss or if you are rushing for to finish it or to just get over it, it will look good. So even though if you draw half, try to give proper time to each part. Try to see small lines, small wrinkles, small shape, small places where shadow is there, because that all things give you a clear picture, makes it more real. Here will darken the nose bridge. So now the third most hard part, which will be the lip. Always remember to align the lip not with the eyes but with the nose, because when you will look at the picture altogether, if the lip is going outside of the nose, it won't look good. So it has to be inside the nose boundary. So for this, my trick is just simply put one line to see whether it's straight or not, whether the lip, how the lip will go. So here we'll start darkening this line according to the shape we want, and we'll follow this direction only. Once you have placed your direction, don't compromise with it. Trust it and go for it. With pen, even if you do a mistake, you can always change it. So just do it slowly and with patience. You can always darker the upper lip because mostly shadow falls on lower lip. So if you won't like the shape also, you can darker it and you can change accordingly, giving it a rough shape. Then you can place your lower lip. If you leave the lower lip without even shade and with just one line, then also it will look good because of the contrast. So basically, you have to play with shadow and contrast. If in your drawing, if people can understand what the drawing is all about or where the lip is there, just with the contrast or with a single lining, then you don't have to put further effort. It will look good. If the shadow is playing and people can see what body part it is or uh, what the artist is trying to draw, then it's enough. You have to build the lower lip slowly, slowly. Because even if we leave the lower lip like this, then also it will look good. Once you have placed your eyes, nose, and lips, now you can measure the shape of your face. That the earlier position which we have given to the face, like this hair, is it enough or is it looking short? To me, it is looking short, so I will increase this upper hair first. That's why it's important to draw from inside till to outside. Once we have placed all the initial parts, we'll do the measurement and now we'll place the chin. To place chin, you can do it how your face is from the reference, and you can take a basic marking for the outer cheeks. So for me, I will take it here, and then I will put the chin, which I'll put it double the distance from the lip. Basic shape, nothing big, and we'll finish it slowly. Slowly, because that's how we will not ruin it. From the eyelid, the skin will go out and then it will turn in. So be careful with slow hands. You have to connect. And that's how your one side of the face will look. You do it with very light hands so that even though if you don't like it, you can change it. Once you have put your face, outer face, you can play with hair. So for me, the first layer was here. The second will go around straight till here, and the third will go from here. It will fall a little off from outside, but it will be thick here, and then it will turn in and will give it a swirl. We'll rotate it as naturally as you can. No need to be very specific, no need to be very particular. Just do it with light hands and darken it in areas where you want it to show it. In this way your half face is almost done. Few things we can adjust it with when the whole face will come. Now we are just trying to go through outside. Here I'll make this line and I'll do shading. I'll shade whole of the half face later. First I'll place everything together. For the hair part, if we have made the first hair from here and then we'll join the second hair also, which the strand we have created over the eyes in the beginning of the drawing. So it will give us the basic face shape. Here with the chin goes the jawline. The jawline will naturally align with the side lips. So for marking, you can simply stretch your line along lower side lips and allow it till the jawline. And never connect these lines. Wait till the end if you have to make any changes. So here our first hair was standing from there. Second hair will fall like this, which will go like this. You can always leave your hand free while drawing here. It doesn't have to be perfect because if you want to draw perfection, then it's better to take pictures than to draw hyper realistic drawings on paper, which I feel maybe people won't get ag- agree with me, but I feel that a sketch should not be perfect. If it's too perfect, then we'll compare it to the picture, and in any case picture will be more perfect than any sketch. So a sketch should have little irregularities. So on YouTube, what I have learned is the art of talking alone because nobody is here and I'm simply speaking. This hair comes from here, and from the side eyes, we can simply snatch hair from every direction. You don't have to think much. You just have to pull the strain of the hair in the direction you like. But always remember to take notes from the reference you're drawing so that you can be close to your reference at every time. Your own touch is always allowed, but you should follow a reference. In this way, you will come closer to you will come as close to your reference as it's needed. The neckline will come from here, and another one behind the will start behind the ear, then it will straighten out from outside, from inside to outside. Once you have stretched it far, you will leave it for later adjustment. For the hair, which fall on the face, you can always make it long and always play with it. Once your initial or front face is done, the hard part will be giving the head its shape, because if you are out of shape, then your face will look big and head will look small. If it's small, then same thing, opposite. So be careful and start building your head carefully and slowly, because even if you made it small, later you can make it big. But if you build it very big, you won't be able to make it small. Always play with it. Try to take smaller section and go along. You can always stretch your head bigger later at later scene after you have given it a basic shape, but for initial time you should always go slow and go small. Here we complete the head with dash lines so that even though if we have to change anything, we can change it easily. Now, almost our drawing is finished. Now, the shading part remains, for which we need to work on each part closely. This will be the neck part. So we'll sharpen it from edges and we'll darken it from here and we'll go light downwards. That's how we'll create an image of first reflection. So with pen you can play as much as you can because to get the correct contrast you have to dark the area on edges first. The more you will darker the area of the edges, it will have a better shape. And never think of using pen as a pencil because in pencil you try to shade everything, but with pen only shade the required part. a required area. If you'll shade everything, it will turn out to be a disaster. So it's better you only take what's needed and leave rest as it is. For face also will darken this part. We are doing this part darker as we will shade its face downwards. So we want it to look as a bulge point, and will dark with slow and smooth hands and try to do it as evenly as possible. You have to be slow with the shading process inside face, because one wrong hand gesture will cause a drawing to be completely ruined. So it's better take your time, build shapes slowly. In this way, even though if you do any mistake, you can take care of it with easy hands, light hands. If you do mistake with strong hands, like if you do mistake with hard lines or hard shading in pen, you can't do it anything later. So it's better you do it with very light hands and just take it naturally as it is. The area which required less attention, give less attention. In pen, never try to sketch everything, never try to shade everything. It will ruin your drawing. So always try to be on point as much as possible. With this whole face, we can stretch the jawline from here, and if you want you can increase your shading if you feel like doing it. If you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. If you want to make it look more sharper, then darker the area around the edges, whether it's from inside or outside. It will give it a darker look, very contrasting look in in case of pen. And even with pencil also, if you do more shading on edges, it will give it a defined look. Like here, if The places which I'm not sure, I'm not touching it. I'm just focusing on maintaining side profile. Once you get confident, you can sketch extra or around the area you need to. Just go easy first, then you can play with it. This area will come under lots of hair, so we'll shade this area too evenly. And with hair, always go with free hand. It's never needed to be perfect, or it's not important to be accurate. It's just important to be there. So don't think much. Just go for it with the hair. You will never go wrong with hair if the placement of the hair is good. So here we have already given all the lining and all the placement for the hair. So we can now play with it. We can make more hairs in places we need to. Here even I can change this skin line, cheeks line into hair very neatly, and we can give this inner line more shading so that it will look that that's the face outline. That's how you play with hair. So it will take time in shading this delicate part, but it's not that hard. So here, if I shade more and if I make this hair strand more thicker, then it will look it has bounced off from the face. So that's how you can play with the thickness. That's why you need to first put everything accordingly, then you can change its position. So our neck is looking little bit nicer, but a lot of work has to be done now. I will be quick with my hands and make it less boring for you. If anybody watches my video at any point of time and if they feel it's very boring or long, I'm very sorry for that. But if you want to see the whole process, you can run it in 2x time or 3x time for the live videos. Rest, I upload reels which are generally of 20 to 30 seconds only, 15 to 20 seconds only. So even I'm learning. Sometimes your face will tell you which part need more shading. If you feel like some part is looking empty, you can surely do the shading of those parts. Be careful, do it with light hands, and always try to enjoy the process. In this way, you will never go wrong if you are enjoying the process. So here we'll connect our nose bridge with the eyes and side of the nose line. We can generally give a small lining around the cheeks. A small lining will give it a different expression. You have to see what your face is asking. Once you have put all the basic things in your face, then you have to go accordingly. You can't rush or you can't run away from it. Always try to complete your drawing, no matter if it comes out bad, good, very nice, very bad, but always try to finish it, start to end. In this way, the next drawing you will make, it will come out nicely. It will be more better than the current one. So always try to finish your drawing. If the face, half of the face is looking good with half of shading, then I'll advise don't cover it with complete shading. It will ruin your drawing. If it's looking nice or if it's looking even 50% nice, then don't mess with it. So our hair will fall here, and I have a basic idea for this, that the light will come till here. So I will not be shading complete hair, but I will be trying to make it look like the light is falling on them. So they will be looking like this, and we will be just shading downwards like this, direction in which it's needed. Shading with hair is really hectic because lines are very fine, and here it need a lot of time. With pencil, drawing hair is much easier than with pen. So I'll just go with the flow and give it a basic shape. so that it will look good. I will not finish it because finishing it will take me 2 to 3 hours, and surely we can't give that much time to it at our current phase. The hair will fall from here till here. So we will giving it a basic idea of where the hairs are falling, and we'll keep most of the area blank. Always try to make it look good, but I lack skills which I'm learning myself by drawing on daily basis. So if possible, please support me, and I'll try to give you the best. With the side here, if your bun is very messy, then you can simply free fall the hair on every direction, and it will give you the whole face nice look and even nice texture all over your face. So for the inner hair, we'll darken it. If you dark it completely, then also it will look good. If you leave it as it is, then also it will look good. But I prefer, if you are doing the inner hair, you should always dark it. In that way, you get a good contrast. What I learned from drawing is that even though you suck at it at one point of time, someday it will turn out to be the perfect masterpiece. So just wait for that day and keep pushing, keep pushing. You have only two options, either give up or keep pushing. There is nothing else lies between them. So here, even we didn't shaded all our hair. but simply shading down the line uh, will give it a very nice texture. So you have to play with it and do it as you want it to be, as you like it. You don't have to follow the rules and regulation. Just make it but always follow the basic concepts, because in that way you will surely do nice work if you follow the basics, which are always important. It doesn't matter with what medium you are making or what kind of art you are doing, fine art, pencil, sketching, shading, sculptures, anything you do, follow the basic. So this is our freehand drawing sketch of a girl who is my friend also.